Okay, here we are. As far as I can tell off that board out there, that board is almost impossible for me to read. I think it's the 6th. I think we're at the bottom of the 6th. I asked a guy a minute ago, I believe he said it was 13, although it might be 14-5. I can barely make out those numbers out there. Whoever designed this contrast on these colors is a genius. Here's the Aggies kind of choking up once again. Easy out. Nothing burgers all around. Basically, the other team came out to a big lead at the beginning. And I'm going to switch around here. Behold my ugly mug. The other team came out early on and got a big jump, about an 8-point lead early on. The Aggies have never really compensated for that or corrected. What they've done is sort of kept up. I think the score right now, if I can read the darn thing, is 13-5. So they're still -8. So it's sort of like whatever happened early on in the first 2 innings or 2.5. That was the game so far. Nothing's really changed ever since then. It's the, I believe we're coming up on the top of the 7th. And I don't even know. Sometimes these games this type of year, I mean, this time when they're getting near the end of the season, occasionally they'll have a 7-inning game. And I hadn't asked anyone about this particular game. They got a lefty in now. I don't remember watching this guy before. The Aggies have just had a heck of a time with their pitching. They've got some guys with ERAs in here that are not exactly wholesome. You know, I think anything above a 5 in ERA land in other leagues is looked down on. We've got guys with 12, 14, and 16 numbers on their ERA, but I did post on that other medium. We got batters out here, and I was going to show you this is the same thing here. I mean, we got pitchers out here for the Somewhat Askew field. Presley Askew. Look at this character down here. Darn it, I got my paper inside out again. This thing is this little freebie throwaway. Check this guy out at the bottom. His name is Gutierrez Alvaran Santiago. There's another guy named Liner Griffin. Get a load of them guys. 99 ERA. 99. There's another guy in there. Pretty close to the bottom. 36 ERA. Have you ever heard of numbers like that? I was sitting out here and I got onto that stupid Bing chat thing. That thing is so full of it sometimes. And I said, hey, I'm watching a ball game. I said, I got a guy out here. Actually, I got 2 of them on the opposite team with an ERA of 99. I said, how is that possible? And it flatly said, it's impossible. It can't happen. And I said, well, it is. It's right here. So I think what happens is the poor guy, Gutierrez Alparan, or whatever his name is, went out through 1 inning, had 11 runs scored on him. After 1 inning, he was pulled out and hasn't been seen since on the mound because the coach didn't want to repeat the injury. And so I think it rounded up to a 9-inning average of 99. I think that's how that happens. Look at that. Beautiful shot. Wow. Boom, and a nice catch out in center. Our guy was on the spot there. So the Aggies aren't rolling over and playing dead, but I don't really think they have it in them to spark up and get that 9 or 10 points they need. They're running out of innings here. They've only got, if this is the 7th, they've only got a couple of more to go before they're just going to run out of time. I think the Aggies may have lost their final game, but I hate to say it. So I don't want to be a gloom and doom guy. Everything can always change. And sometimes it just takes a little while. Part of 1 inning can make a huge difference. So I'll keep you updated if anything changes. If it just turns out to be a blowout, this might be my last one. You don't really need to know the gory details of how the dismembered carcass ended up in the street. So you guys have a good day, and Go get yourself some good food and get you a beer or two. Well, actually, whatever you like to drink. Have a good day. God bless.